Yeah. Go ahead, Gordy. Gotta sync it up somehow.
It works.
David Reinhardt with Geekenstein Media, and I'm here with
Logan from 505 Games.
And we're here to talk about Takedown Red Sabre.
That's right.
So Takedown Red Sabre is an incredibly tactical first-person shooter in the vein of older Rainbow Six, and I'm spacing on other names, but that
It's like SWAT 4.
SWAT 4. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, you told me. Why don't you tell the people at home the story of how this game got made?
So the game main director is Christian Allen. Christian Allen started out as a modder for a lot of the older tactical games, and the community basically said we haven't had a hardcore tactical shooter like this in a long time. And, SWAT 4 and Rainbow Six were basically the last iteration of this style of hardcore tactical shooter. And so they were sending a message like, look, you need to create something. So what he did is Christian created the Kickstarter to build an alpha build for this game. And the Kickstarter was extremely successful, had a really strong community behind it. And as soon as they did it, they just started development right away. He started his own developer called Cerealin, which is his tag from back in the day. And they started making it, and then 505 came along, decided to publish it, and we're extremely happy with it. It is a true hardcore tactical shooter for a niche market that just wasn't getting any attention from the other modern games that are coming out now.
Now, what can we expect from Takedown? Like a single player, multiplayer? Like what are we looking at here?
Takedown is a team-based squad shooter. So what is going to be at launch will be it's a co-op and a versus mode, but it's all squad-based. So 4 to 6 player teams. The co-op mode, you're going against AI. Each mission has different objectives, and then in the versus mode, you can go against each other. So that's basically what this type of game is. You can try and do it on your own. It's extremely difficult because it is super lethal. 1 or 2 shots kills you. You need to be quick on your toes, and you need to have eyes everywhere. So having a squad base behind you really helps out.
Now you get to build various loadouts. How deep are we going with the weapon and the different systems here?
The loadouts are pretty detailed. There's several different weapons. I don't have the number exactly on me, but there's tons of different weapons, and there's several different types of ammo, and there's bullet penetration built into the whole game. So materials, different levels of body armor take different number of rounds. So the loadout that you pick is very important, and the benefit of this type of game is it's not unlockable. It's all ready to go at launch. As soon as you launch the game, you have all the weapons, all the armor, everything ready to go. So you pick your loadout based on the mission that you're going to do and based on the team. So if you're a sniper, pick a rifle that's more like a sniper situation that you want to do. If you're someone that likes to be up close, pick a submachine gun. And the mission based on the levels, there's different types of materials that are important to shoot through. So if you know you're going to be shooting through some heavier material, you can pick a full metal jacket or some sort of armor piercing round that's going to be a better penetrating round than, say, a hollow point.
Now, what type of levels are we looking at too? Because the levels we played one, and it was all corridor inside. Are we going to have some big open levels too?
There are a couple. There's one really good outdoor level called Radar Station, and what it is you're at an Arctic radar station that has a couple different buildings. The maps themselves are designed to be extremely nonlinear, so you can go any route. There's no set path, and with that one, there's different buildings you can go into, but there's a large outdoor area for snipers. So you can pick a helicopter pad that's up on the roof, or you can pick a railway that you feel is secure in the corner. So there's tons of different paths you can take on that outdoor level, and there's also the indoor levels as well, like we played.
And a big point, since it's not just multiplayer, not just competitive multiplayer, is what sort of AI systems are we dealing with? Are they going to flank and team up, or?
The AI is pretty smart. So if you try and be silenced, they're not going to know you're there, and you can kind of sneak up on them. If you start going in without any suppressed weapons and just start firing, they're going to start ganging up on you, and they take different paths. They might not all come through the same doorway. So, and you got to think about it, and you got to approach the AI appropriately.
Now, is there any sort of plot like there is in Rainbow Six, or is it just maps, modes, let's do this?
The storyline with Takedown is it's less. There's no major campaign. It's not that type of game. It's because it's mainly multiplayer. But the basis of Takedown Red Sabre is you are a PMC. You're a private military company, and Neogen is, a company that hires you, or someone's trying to steal something from Neogen. You got to go in because they can't call the police because they're doing something shady. Every mission has its own little side story, and it goes into it in pretty depth. So I don't want to give too many things away, but you'll see when you start playing.
You're definitely dealing with some shades of gray there, some like sketchy topics. Was that the intention going in, or like what?
Well, nowadays, PMCs, they get enough of a rep in the media as well. I mean, Blackwater, and I don't even know what they're called anymore. But yeah, it's the PMC industry can be kind of not necessarily shady by on purpose, but it turns out that way. But we're not trying to enforce or push shady moral values on people.
I didn't mean that.
No, I understand. I'm just messing with you. But it's it basically puts you in a position where you need to figure out what's appropriate. And if you can go through without killing any AI, then go for it.
And so when can the people back home expect to get their hands on Red Sabre?
It's on pre-order right now on Steam, and we're looking at September 20th. So it's Steam and XBLA.
Excellent. If you miss Rainbow Six and SWAT like I do, Red Sabre's your game. So you guys have done a fantastic job. Thank you for talking to us.
My pleasure.